Hey, what's up, man?
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Good. Very, very exciting news.
Lay it on me.
I was able to 3x my paid trials with this new updated onboarding flow.
Come on.
We've gotten 14 in the last 2 days.
Nice.
It took us 7 days to get that previously.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Good for you. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, um, I think it pays off to copy things that are working and then re-implement for your niche. It's like the whole thing, like great artists.
Good artist copy, great artist steal.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
um,
So tell me exactly what you did then to make this happen.
yeah. So previously, the sign up and onboarding flow was similar to many other SaaS products on the market, and it basically allowed people to sign up to the platform without a credit card and then allowed them to explore the platform and use parts of the platform before having to start a credit card trial. So there was kind of like this weird in between area where a lot of people would fall off. And with the AI market, a lot of these people are trying 10 different products a day. So if they're not committing to it initially, the likelihood of them staying around is pretty low from what we've found out.
Sure. Yeah.
So instead, and after talking with you, realizing how every single successful iOS app has the same exact onboarding flow, as well as looking at some of our other, not competitors, but like companies that I'm looking at as comparisons. So, for example, Shopify. Shopify's probably dumped $100 million into their sign up flow or onboarding flow to optimize it. And they know exactly that what they have right now is the best way to get people on the platform and get them to sign up. So I took Shopify's exact sign up flow, modified it for our use case, obviously, and then implemented it. And within the first day, we saw three x the amount of normal signups we get on an average day. And yesterday we like we had 9 yesterday, which is sometimes like the entire week's worth in one day.
Yeah.
Incredible.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Onboarding is so important. So you're looking at Shopify, right? I find this super interesting. Anytime uh, I watch a lot of YouTube creators, and anytime someone mentions Shopify, they mention their affiliate. And every affiliate link is the same, which is always you get 3 months for $1 per month. But that implies it's not 3 months free, but a dollar is basically free. It implies they're adding their credit card, they're being charged, they're just warming the customer up to it before they get on the full plan. It's the same kind of thing. Like even Shopify, you can't sign up for free. You have to add your credit card
And pay $1 even on the normal trial.
and pay a dollar. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Credit card trial is critical, man. You got to get their card in.
Yeah. So we didn't go. I don't require people to pay $1. I'm still allowing it as a full 14-day trial, but that's an interesting point because I wonder if that's also implemented for other reasons, like if you paid 2 months of it at $1 and then you paid $39 and then you try to do a chargeback on that $39. Well, you've been a subscriber for 2 months already. Like, why haven't you canceled? Maybe, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, there might be a few reasons for that. I,
I don't know. But either
I can't
way,
imagine
like,
Shopify gets charged back a lot.
yeah, either way, I think we've both realized that this is the right flow. Like, from what you were showing me with your app and now what we have implemented with our platform, it's very clear to me that you have to do that. Otherwise, you're just letting so much business fall through the cracks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see what happens to your MRR over the next like 3 months, call it, and just see if this increase in trials has the same positive impact on conversions.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it will. Maybe not to the exact same degree. You might have a slight decline in conversion rate, but that slight decline is not going to be even coming close to the increase in paid trial signups.
Yeah. I would expect ours to go from like 50% maybe down to like 40%, but I wouldn't expect it to drop to like 15%.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, makes sense.
So, and I was actually trying to figure out earlier, like if I could use AI to help me build like a calculator to forecast that, or figure out like what the most optimal thing to generate more revenue is, taking into account the conversion rate percentage with this increased amount of trials, with knowing that the increased amount of trials will correlate to more cancellations because people are just not going to want to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that being said, I'm quite surprised that there are several people that chose the highest tiered plan as their trial,
Yeah, that's
not
interesting.
not the starter plan.
Is that because they want to unlock a certain feature set?
I am expecting that to be the case. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a good sign because that's been something that I've been talking about with the team is how do we make it. There's like a big shift in the mentality of how I'm kind of figuring out the platform, and it's going from, instead of finding success through the platform through selling, I'm trying to shift it to having people find success of the platform through using first. And that will get them to stay around, and then eventually and hopefully they then realize that they can sell, or that becomes a better opportunity for them.
Right. Yeah.
But
It's probably what GHL does. Like, well, I'm guessing a lot of people use it for their end user play, but then some customers, their super users, are going to use it for the white labeling side.
yeah, and the most successful customers of ours have been those agencies or those businesses where they can deploy hundreds of AI agents very quickly and
Yeah.
create an add-on to their existing offer that is established. And I had a good question the other day from someone who asked, like, what is the best way to use this if I'm not trying to like give customers access or allow them to do anything? And I was like, well, you can still do everything the exact same. You can use, and his question was like, what's the benefit of having the platform if they're not even signing into it? And I was like, well, it actually provides a lot of social proof to you as an agency. You go from being just some guy who's talking about AI to now having a full platform that you can use in your website, in your videos, and your whatever. Yeah, the client may not log in or ever use that part, but they're seeing that there is something there that they can see.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. My answer for that would be systems and organization, because if you tried to build these out in another platform that doesn't have the same robust functionality, even just the simplicity of creating AI agents in Stammer is far superior than some of your competitors. So even if the white label is not something that you're offering customers, being able to deploy, like you said, hundreds of AI agents with
Yeah.
ease, that's a selling feature on its own, because any agency's overhead is your operating time to service the client. So anything you can do to bring that management time down is what's going to help you scale.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very excited. And it all kind of stemmed from reading that book, the Software as a Science book from Dan Martell and the SaaS Academy.
Yeah.
All that information was basically telling me to focus on the onboarding and getting that flow optimized as much as possible before focusing on increasing the top of funnel, which we have a pretty strong organic top of funnel already. So right now we're only spending, I think, like $10 or $20 a day in Google ads, which is nothing,
Yeah, that's great.
literally nothing. No, nothing on Facebook, and we're still getting this many signups. It's
Yeah,
all
that's
organic.
unbelievable. Hey, sorry, just letting you know I only have a half hour today. I have an extremely fussy baby downstairs.
Oh, okay. No
Yeah, sorry
worries.
about that.
If you need a hop, we can
No, I'm all good. I just, Kathy's tired and pregnant, so gotta help her out
Of
shortly.
course, of course, yeah. Oh, I can,
Well,
yeah, I
that's
can hear.
exciting, man. I want to see what happens in the next few months, just see how many of these trials stick. I think it's going to be a really good thing, though.
Yeah, that combined with the new features that we're releasing, which are very focused on using the platform itself in your own use cases. I think
Hmm.
we're going to see some significant growth here, which is very exciting.
Yeah, if you can get people to find their own value in it before having to sell it, and you can get retention for like those first 3 months before they
Hmm.
convert it to a customer, that I think that'll help conversion a lot.
Yeah, yeah, and we've talked with so many agencies and business owners, and their use cases are as simple as the customer support chat widget use case, but it's for internal use case,
Right. Yeah.
generating emails, ad copy, website copy, basic stuff still, but it's utilizing the same functionality of a knowledge base, custom data, custom prompts, and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
for sure. For sure. Have you tried, kind of off topic, have you tried the Zapier agents yet?
Which version of it? Like the one where you can type in and then it creates it for you, or
I
are you
didn't realize
talking
there
about
were two versions.
or are you talking about like the Chrome extension one?
No, not the Chrome extension, like in Zapier.
Is it where you type in the AI and then it builds the workflow for you?
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've tried that one.
So I built this crazy flow in Zapier because my application is it was like making high SEO ranking blog posts basically. But anyway, I used a lot of the AI features inside of Zapier, and it's actually amazing to me how rigid they are compared to what the functionality is in Stammer. Like your knowledge base and like the ability to put all of this information together is so much better than even something like prompting inside of Zapier, which I was surprised. I thought it would be more intuitive.
Interesting.
I know they're
Maybe.
not really the same thing, but I think from the customer's side, like the uneducated customer could perceive it as being the same thing. Because when I first saw their marketing material, it's like create AI agents with Zapier. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But anyway, not even close to the same thing.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny to hear and see different companies' definitions of what an AI agent actually is.
Hmm.
We changed all of our wording from AI chatbots to AI agents like almost a year ago or over a year ago.
Yeah, I remember when you did that.
And my definition of an AI agent is an AI chatbot that has actions or has the ability to perform actions and return results. And if you can start stacking those things together, then you get these autonomous AI agents that can do a lot of tasks.
Hmm.
Where I think everything falls apart right now is how extensive that task list is or how complicated each individual step actually is. With Stammer, because it's such a simple use case, I think for the majority of people, like they're not even using any of these AI actions or custom functions yet.
Yeah.
But one of the most popular things I'm seeing on Twitter right now is this talk of this thing called MCP or MCP servers, and it's a new trend that I'm starting to see where companies are building these things called MCP servers, and it essentially allows an AI agent to connect with these third-party services without the need to connect to third-party code or an API. So it's kind of like an API with extra work, but the idea is like you're setting up your API and your platform to be viewable or readable by these AI agent LLMs.
That's pretty interesting. So it
Yeah,
can essentially perform actions as if it had your company's API integrated, but it's just a publicly readable API that taps into your platform without them actually having to like install the API key.
essentially, yes. So the way I've been following a bunch of these threads very closely lately. MCPs are all over my feed. It's basically like a plugin that translates apps to an LLM so the agent can talk to those apps and services. Think of it giving your AI agent ability to see and act inside those apps. It can go grab real-time data, control these apps and workflows. So it's like a way to connect extended functionality. And we've been building these manually with things like Replit or connecting to Zapier or Make.com and things like that. But I think once this stuff gets consumerized in a way, I think it's going to be huge to these AI agent builders.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still learning. I'm still learning about it, but it's quite interesting to see what's coming down the line here.
Well, I'll get the TLDR from one of your videos when you eventually make it.
Exactly. Yeah. I need to talk to one of my engineers today because I was like, I need to understand this like from the development point of view, but also from the consumer side because I want to explain it. I want to know what it is first, so then I can explain it. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, most of my AI knowledge just comes from following your accounts.
Well, so that I'm glad you mentioned that because the other thing I wanted to share was a video I just posted this morning about how I figured out a very new use, or not new, but a very useful AI workflow for building websites. So right now, my website is built using Go High Level, GHL,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a typical website builder where you can add in assets and everything, but there's no AI features. Like you can't generate an AI, you can't use AI to generate a full website using GHL.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, how do I make it look good and make my life easy? Well, I went to Lovable, and lovable.dev allows you to prompt a website into existence. That looks pretty decent. So what I did is I basically took screenshots from my existing application. I took those screenshots into, and you can see one of the screenshots I put in up here. I put in these screenshots and then I said, make this into an element inside this website. And it's like a fully like demo version of the piece of the app that I added, right? So it designs it in this way, which looks really cool, but I can't take this and implement it to my GHL website. So I'm sure I could go to GitHub and then search through all the files and try to figure out which section, but that's like, I don't know, like that's so much work, so much manual work. So I was like, I wonder if I could take a screenshot of this that Lovable develops and paste it into Claude and have it generate a HTML blocked section that mimics the exact same user interface, but is simple. It's vanilla HTML and JavaScript code. So I can take this very simple HTML code and I can go to GHL on my website and I can add HTML blocks and paste in those HTML blocks. And when I do so, it makes these nice looking graphics. And everything is mobile optimized already because I told Claude to make it mobile optimized. And now I can have these custom images and dashboards and like areas of my application that would honestly take me hours to design this in like in Canva, or like if I was trying to make this as an image, it would have taken me so long. All I have to do now is just copy and paste code into these specific sections. Everything else is still, native GHL, but I can then reference the Lovable layout and design, and I can essentially now copy it to make it look exactly like Lovable has designed it, but now it's built inside GHL, all SEO optimized on my existing stack, and like everything is already there.
Dude,
Sick.
that is unbelievable. That's actually so cool.
I built out this whole page last night, and usually this would take me maybe a couple days to get this many like assets created, but I did it in one night, and I filmed the whole thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, as a time lapse. Yeah.
I
So
was
like
gonna
I have this
ask you how
time.
do you time lapse it.
Yeah, I have a time lapse of me just like like working, and there's like chat windows
Ripping.
going crazy all over the place.
Oh, dude, that is so cool. That's actually really, really cool.
Yeah.
So it's yeah, okay. I'm gonna segue after. That's super cool though. When are you publishing?
So that I mean that page is live. The Stammer.ai/live chat. That's a live page right now.
Nice.
And then the other one I'm working on is for Master Chat, which is a feature that we're gonna be coming out with in the next like week or so.
Yeah, nice.
So getting that one prepared, but not quite ready for release yet.
Cool. That's really
But
cool.
yeah, and that could work for I think pretty much any website builder as long as you have the ability to add in some HTML or HTML blocks.
That should be
Wherever
pretty
needed.
much every website builder these days.
It should be, yeah. And if it
Nice.
doesn't, then you should look for a new website builder probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I built something pretty cool.
Okay.
It's just like it's a very long form Zapier integration, but I'm so excited. It seems like such a good idea.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna show it to you. And I'm just gonna bring up a couple things. All right, cool. Okay, so my thought is the more content that we can have, like the more content that we can have about our features or mentioning the features like, proper meal plan creation for toddlers or like how to set up sleep tracking in the right way or like how our AI determines their nap time, like all these other things. Like we should make as much blog content as we can right now that's really well SEO optimized and shared on most major social networks. Okay, so here's what we did. I set up this long form integration that starts with a Slack message because I love Slack. And it basically starts with a brainstormed idea. So we have a whole bunch of ideas here. When you post it into Slack, I'm going to try to find.
What are you posting into Slack?
Sorry?
What are you posting into Slack?
You post an idea for a blog into Slack.
Okay.
So, yeah, you post an idea. So here's an idea for a blog post that we have. You post it into our Slack channel.
Okay.
And then as soon as you post it into the Slack channel, it creates the body post, or it creates the body copy for the post and exports it as HTML.
Okay, wait, one thing I'm seeing on that. Click that again. Which you're using 4 Turbo?
Yeah.
Are you using your own API key?
No. Well, I am. I'm connected to,
Okay.
like I'm connected to my own OpenAI account.
I would recommend changing that if you can to 4.0 because 4 Turbo is so expensive.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Just a small thing, but just yeah, I have nightmares now when I see Turbo because it happened to us. Like
Yeah, for
our
sure.
bill tripled last month because of Turbo. So just heads up.
You're right. I just think our usage is so small for writing blogs. I'm like, I don't care if it just makes the output a little bit better. So context for using 4 Turbo was me trying to diagnose the HubSpot SEO issue. You know how their SEO like completely tanked? It's basically all over Twitter. So I'm like, I was asking ChatGPT, I'm like, okay, why did that happen? Like, help me understand the reasoning behind it. And it was basically like shitty AI generated blog content is what caused it. Said, okay, so we have to do everything we can to avoid that. So the longer prompts are going to help avoid that. And just anyway, a couple things. I don't know if it's going to be perfect, but right now, sets up the body copy, the headline, gives me a category of a predetermined set of categories that I've assigned. gives me a summary for SEO purposes, adds it all into a Google Sheet, creates the live item inside of
Nice.
Webflow,
That's clutch.
sends a message back to me in Slack saying, here's your post, shares the post on LinkedIn with the proper slug. Creates the LinkedIn post, shares the post on LinkedIn, shares the post on Facebook, shares the post on Twitter. And it works
On Twitter?
absolutely perfectly. So we just added this.
You had it. Wait, the last one was Pinterest,
Pinterest. Yeah.
not Twitter.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Twitter. Pinterest. Yeah. So it works perfectly. So now we have all of these articles. Every single one of them has been AI generated. And all I have to do is add the image, which I'm adding through uploading the message in Slack. So you send a singular idea to our Slack channel with an image attached. It writes out the entire blog, the headline, the description, the keywords, and optimizes the SEO, posts the blog, and then shares it to LinkedIn, Facebook, Pinterest automatically. So now we have all of these blog ideas that I've scheduled out inside of Slack. So now every day we have a new blog post that's going out, and it's 100% automated.
That's awesome.
And it's pretty cool.
Did you just get this up and running?
Like, a couple days ago.
Okay, because I was to see like if there, do you have any like data from like Ahrefs or anything on Lyft? Probably not yet.
No.
Too early.
No, I don't have any data. And also we're not running ads yet. We're not getting traffic in any other way. I think the reason I want to do this is for like backlinks going to the site.
Yeah.
You have an idea? Go ahead.
Yeah, you can see it. One of the highest referral domains that we get for traffic is from Medium blog posts. So I would highly recommend add a step to this that adds them to a Medium account.
So you know what's interesting? Medium removed their API.
Really?
It's gone. You can't integrate and send content to Medium. And I think that they did it for this exact reason, because it's so easy to post AI content now. Their system's going to get flooded with bullshit. So, but I mean, it wouldn't be hard to just manually go over to Medium and start posting, which is probably
especially if there's already an article that's formatted correctly. You could have a VA do that so easily, just copy paste stuff over.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other small thing. Sorry. The reason I thought of this is because you were talking about HTML. So one of the challenges we had was how do we actually get all of this, like the headlines, the subheadlines, the bullets, the text over, and it was to convert the text into HTML and then upload it into Webflow and in HTML using enriched text feature.
So is this still the, I forget Webflow's, whatever they call it. It's their CMS though. Like, are you using
exactly, their CMS. Yeah, you got it.
So it is using that feature for their blogs? Because I remember how annoying that used to be to deal with.
I love it. Once you learn how to use it, it's so handy. But they also made a couple improvements. But yeah, it's just their CMS. So this is what it will send to me. Like, I should just open my Slack in another window. But I send a message to Slack, and then it responds back with like, here's your blog post ready for you to approve. And then I can just come here and publish. And honestly, the outputs for all of these have been so good that I just turned on auto publish. Like, I don't even need to approve it before it goes out.
That's sick.
So, but yeah, I actually will go back and post these on Medium. It's a good suggestion.
Yeah, the amount it's like, and I think it's because we've had so many, and I think it's because they have such a high domain rating.
Yeah.
Which is probably why they did that. They don't want their domain rating to go down with all this shitty content.
Yep. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Can you share that Zap with me?
Yeah, of course. How do I?
Good question, actually.
I'll figure it out.
either way, I could just go watch back this part of the video. But I think that for people watching too, that could be something that potentially we could start making like a list of assets that we could put into a opt-in.
What do you mean?
Like, like we started out the idea with the school community, but I think we both realized that that was too much work for what we're trying to do. But I think doing like a simple Gumroad opt-in, like where we can start collecting emails and getting an audience, like getting like tracking our audience from the amount of views that we're getting right now, which is not nothing, I'll say.
For sure.
And if as long as we stay consistent, it will
Yeah, that's a
grow.
good idea. That's definitely a good idea.
So,
Sorry, dude. I think I'm getting close to time here. I can hear Noah freaking out
oh,
downstairs.
all right. Yeah, no worries. Go take care of business.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Sorry to cut it short.
All good. Yeah, we'll connect later. Good luck.
Appreciate it, man. Okay, talk to
All
you
right,
later.
see
Bye.
ya.